Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to Archer+alex. My name is Alex, I am the owner and lead soap maker here, and we're kicking off spooky season, and I could not be more excited. So, today, kicking off spooky season, I'm going to show everybody how I make my sea salt soap, Destroy Us All. And in case you're wondering, yes, it is a Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy reference. Destroy us all! I love how this soap turned out, so if you want to see how I make this soap, make sure you keep on watching and I'm going to get right into it. All right, so it is time for yet another soap in my Halloween collection that is now titled Scream Queens. So this soap is going to be inspired by one of my favorite cartoons as a kid, which is the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. So, before we get started, we're going back to the skeleton mold again. I think it's only fitting given the color palette that I've selected, but also the fragrances I've selected. So the colorants we're using today are Magenta Mica by Bramble Berry, some Kermit Green Mica by Bramble Berry, and then depending on how the Kermit Green is coming out, I want this to be kind of more of a neon green, so I also have some Yellow Mica by Bramble Berry. So we're playing with vivids today, folks. Buckle in, it's going to be fun. I'm also using some fragrance oils by Bramble Berry. So we have Pineapple Kiwi, which is new to their line, and then Pink Strawberry. So the thinking for this soap was kind of a like Capri Sun sort of situation, something that you would kind of drink as a kid, but also like this soap is being called Destroy Us All, and it reminds me of the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy episode where like Billy's afraid of clowns and ends up eating a bunch of strawberry yogurt. So it'll make sense. And if it doesn't, then buckle in, you're in for a treat. So, as we do here, I have our soap oils ready to go. So this is coconut oil, olive oil, and castor oil. We will be also adding to our lye solution citric acid. It is my new favorite addition for sea salt soaps. We will also be using fine sea salt. And then I'm going to split this off into the two colors, and then we're going to do kind of like a little in the pot swirl moment and then pour them into the mold. So, first thing is first. I'm going to take my lye water solution and we're going to add in our citric acid. So the citric acid is going to do a couple things. It's going to lower the pH, but it's also going to help prevent that soap scum feel. It's also going to help increase the lather of the soap. So with the sea salt soap, what happens is you usually lose lather once you start adding salt in. So what we're trying to do is really mitigate that. So that's why I use a high percentage of coconut oil. And then also I'm using other oils that really like to add lather, ergo the castor oil. So I'm gonna give this a quick little blitz, and then we will jump on to our oils. Okay. I'm going to have to change the battery and the camera. All right. Battery changed, we are good to go. Actually, before I forget, hey Siri, remind me tomorrow to charge camera batteries. Sunday. Okay, well, Siri is of no help. All right. So now let's move on to our batch oils. I have some kaolin clay and some coconut milk powder in here. So we're going to give that a blitz and just bring this together before we add in our lye water solution. Okay. Now let me add in my lye water solution, but let me check these fragrance bottles. Okay, cool. There's that annoying little stopper. I took that out. Okay, so I'm going to add in our lye solution, and we're going to bring this just to emulsion. That way I have as much working time as I need when it comes to creating this soap. All right, that'll do. I've been really loving, come on girl. I've been really loving to make these smaller batches just because they come to emulsification quicker and you really have the ability to control the process from start to finish. Unlike when I'm doing my giant 290 something ounce slab molds, where it's kind of just like a pour and pray moment. You are quite literally just trying to get to the finish line and not get too fancy with it. So I'm going to blend this in by hand. And I'll add the fragrance notes for these fragrances down below. Bramble Berry's website said that these behave very well in cold process, and I'm about to be the test of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour off half of this mixture. Is that about half? Maybe a little more. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start mixing in our colorants. So over in this first one, we're adding in the raspberry mica. I love this mica. I love how vibrant and beautiful it is. Actually, this may just end up being a regular soap because, honey, she's moving quick. And then I want to add in this. Yeah, this is actually already to a pretty thick trace, or a medium trace. So I'm not going to tempt fate with adding sea salt to this. I don't really want to mess this batch up. Oils are expensive right now. Or do I? You know what? We're just going to do it. I'm not going to add in as much sea salt as I had originally planned. So we're going to pivot. But actually we might be doing okay. That's weird. That like really started to accelerate on me. And now all of a sudden it's like, hey, I'm gonna be cool now. Alrighty. All I gotta say is you do you, girl. Okay. So actually what I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna kind of mix this up a little bit because I want this to be kind of like the intro of the Grim Adventures of the Billy and Mandy. So if you can remember back to the days of old, the intro, there was this like pink and green situation happening. And that's what really kind of inspired this. And I think once these colors saponify, they're going to be so beautiful together. And you all know me, I don't really do a lot of soaping with like sweeter fragrances. I try to like really keep it fresh, clean, but every once in a while I just get a bee in my bonnet and I have to experiment with new fragrances and new techniques. All right, I give this a little pat down. Right, so let's move this tray out of the way and grab our other one. I was really kind of worried that I wasn't going to have enough mold cavities for this, but I think we're good. If I would have added the full amount of salt that I wanted to add, it may have been pushing it, but you know, sometimes pivoting saves us from making terrible mistakes. And this will still be a sea salt soap. So you will, I mean, at the end of the day, it will be a sea salt soap. You will get some mild exfoliation with it. Because I know that's what I love out of a sea salt soap, but also what y'all love out of them. I mean, and then the fact that they're just cool and spooky, and they are really on brand with what I'm trying to do with this collection. I've got some really cool products coming up in this collection too. Like, I'm super excited about them. I know I say that about all my products, but trust and believe. Some new products that I've never made before outside of like test and trialing, but they're things that I've been playing with when it comes to formulation. I don't want to give too much away in this video because it is like one of what I hope to be at least maybe a few videos. We'll see. I mean, we already have 2, including this one, so we are just topping these off, making sure that everybody is taken care of. Going to save that for the other tray just in case I need to. Kind of just try to flatten these out a little bit. I think the thing also that I'm most excited about for this collection is the packaging. Because when I meet y'all at like pop-ups and events and stuff like that, that is like the first thing that you want to talk to me about is how much you love the packaging. And I recently sent a package to Six, who is like an incredible makeup artist, but also somebody that I've looked up to when it's come to like my sobriety and stuff like that, of being a public figure and like navigating through sobriety at the same time. So I sent them a fun little care package, and the feedback that I got was, first and foremost, she loved everything, but also she loved the sustainability. Like, I don't know why these larger brands can't seem to like crack the code on sustainable packaging when, little old, soap goblin me and so many other small makers out there can. It's like, we're indie brands. Like, we're like, usually as an indie brand, you don't have the resources to be able to do some of the things that some of us more sustainable brands are trying to do. But like, these large conglomerates can't. Like, it just kind of makes me want to like shake some people and say like, wake up. If I can take sustainable packaging and make it cool and that be like the cornerstone of my brand, why can't you? These are our sea salt soaps. They are in the mold. They are good to go. We actually did a lot better with this than I was like anticipating, because as soon as that fragrance oil started picking up or started speeding up trace, I was like, oh God, no. But everybody's in the mold. We're at a really good place. I just spritzed everything down with 91% rubbing alcohol. So that'll help some of the ash on the back of them. But yeah, we're gonna let these saponify and we'll be back in about 18 to 24 hours and we will start the unmolding process. Alrighty, so we are back the next day. A little over 12 hours later. We're going to start unmolding. Destroy us all. So let me pop this first one out of the mold. And that is what it looks like. You have like the nice like neon highlighter green with that neon pink swirled throughout. And it smells just like Capri Sun. Like, I am so unbelievably happy with this bar. Another one. And I'll make sure to like attach my reference idea. That way you can see exactly what I'm talking about with like the Billy and Mandy vibes. And yeah, wow. Just first on molding, you definitely get that like pineapple note from the kiwi and pineapple. And then as the fragrance starts to bloom, you start to get more of the kiwi. There's almost like a little bit of, I used it over summer, like almost a papaya kind of note to this fragrance blend as well. And our last one. That green is like just so brilliant, and I almost wish that I added maybe, I don't know what the pink could have used, but to like get that pink up to that same like brilliance and intensity as the green. But I really don't mind it whatsoever. I'm very happy with how these turned out. So I'm going to punch you all in for a closer look, and we will wrap this video up. Okay, and that is how I created Destroy Us All. So this soap looks absolutely incredible. You can see that the sea salt is starting to kind of bloom on it. That's pretty normal for sea salt soap. As it's curing, you'll start to see kind of that ashiness to it. I can't steam these like I would a regular artisan soap, or else the salt in it would start to dissolve. And we don't want that happening. But when you use this soap for the first time in the shower, it'll start bringing that like beautiful color back. But I'm excited for it. I can't wait for Halloween, and I hope everybody loves this soap. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give us a like, hit the subscribe button down below. If you want to connect with everything Archer and Alex, make sure you check out our social media platforms. We'll have those linked in the description box down below. But until next time, stay safe, stay happy, and toodles.